that I've told, and many secrets that I hold.
I love you. Is it time for your morning nap?
Not ready to see the truth unfold. Didn't know that time could go so slow.
Hi. This is the last of my fall blend coffee. How symbolic. It's the final days of Halloween-y vibes, fall vibes. I mean, it's still gonna be fall after October, but it's basically Christmas. So I just want to have a cozy reading weekend. It's not really the weekend, it's Sunday today, but I usually edit my videos on Saturdays so they can go up on Sundays. So my weekend is usually Sunday, Monday. But this week, I don't have class on Tuesday because it's fall break in Parsons Paris. So our professor is giving all of us the week off. Regular Parsons doesn't have fall break because we have Thanksgiving break. Kind of rude. I'm an Indigenous person. How dare you? But anyways, so I have like 3 days. So I think I'm just gonna try and read because I've had quite the month. I've kind of been all over the place, and it's my favorite month, and you know, I feel the most like inspired and motivated and creative this month. And I've loved making videos, but this like the last video for like the Halloween-y vibes I didn't love. I know that a lot of you will still love, but like I think I put a lot of expectations on myself because I really wanted to I wanted it to be the most Halloween-y video, but it just didn't really like turn out like that for me because I kind of do Halloween-y things all year round. So when I do it now, it doesn't feel like, whoa, the vibes, you know, because I do those vibes all year round, you know. Still, it's good, it's fine, it's good. But yeah, I just kind of want to read this weekend, so let's do that. I was reading yesterday The Starless Crown on audiobook. I'd been saving this for quite some time because I was like, this is gonna be really good, like it sounds really good. I'm gonna wait till I get the physical book in the mail so that I can start listening to the audiobook and like read along with it because there's some illustrations in the book that I want to see. I read like that sometimes, like in tandem. I'll listen to the audiobook and I'll look at the words at the same time, or I'll stop the audiobook and I'll just read. But by the time the book came in, I was reading other stuff and just kept putting it off. I was like, I'm saving it for the right time. And the right time never came because I go through phases of like high fantasy books and then romance fantasy books. High fantasy, romance fantasy, you know. I only really read fantasy, but there are a lot of distinctions in the fantasy genre. So right now I think I'm in my romance fantasy era. I was enjoying The Starless Crown, but like I feel like I wasn't like super into it or super motivated to keep going. But it's really good. I really like the world. It's very scientifically informed, which is very fun. You know, a lot of work put into this book. It almost feels a little bit like Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, which I read at the beginning of the year, like tonally in a way, because it's a lot of like prophecy, a lot of like God making moves going on. But I just feel like there's just so much ahead, and like feels like daunting to keep going right now. So I'm gonna put that on the back burner. I'm gonna get back to it later, but I just want something a little bit easy to read. Okay. Had a hard month. So I'm going to continue on with this romance fantasy that I've been reading. It's called Kingdom of Villains. I wish I would give you the author's name on the like title thing there. This is a Kindle Paperwhite. I always get questions. I always have it linked in the description. This is a few generations old, but you know, I like Kindle Paperwhites. I think they're the best way to read digitally for me. Anyways, I've had one since I was 12. So no, even before that. I had my mom's before that. I'm at page 200. I'm at 53%. I really liked the beginning of this book. I liked the way that it was going, but now that I've hit this scene that I'm currently in, I'm like, and I got like a couple tens of pages before that as well. Like the tone is shifting a little bit in a way that I don't know. I'm still enjoying it, but it's just not what I predicted it would be, maybe. I don't know. I'm enjoying it, but we'll see how it goes. And it's a very quick, easy read. I had stopped reading this because I went and read a different book because it had just come out. So I'm going to get back to this, and I hopefully want to finish this today. And then I don't know what I'm going to read after that, but we'll figure it out together. Actually, there's a prequel book to the Court of Blood and Binding series. I really love that series, by the way. I think it's called the Fae Isle series, actually. But the first book is Court of Blood and Bindings by Lizette Marshall. There's actually a prequel book. You don't read it before you read the first 2 books. You read it after the first 2 books, okay? But I feel like maybe I could read that. I don't know. I'll see how long it is. Because the second book Lord of Gold and Glory was a lot longer than I thought, but it was really good. I really love that series. New favorite. Anyways, gonna read Kingdom of Villains. This is a romance fantasy. There is plot, but there's a good amount of spice. I usually have a distinction between fantasy romance and romance fantasy. Both of them have spice, but a fantasy romance has more plot than spice, but spice exists in the book. And a romance fantasy is where the romance is like number one, main focus, not crazy amount of plot. Anyways, enough chatting. Let's read. Wow, I love reading. You're gonna sleep there.
Get this weight off my shoulders and speak to me. I'm just not in the mood to care about the thoughts of others. The stars will accompany me, then maybe I won't feel so alone. Don't wanna leave. Forever. People say suck it up, don't be such a crybaby. You're a grown up, you should learn how to act like one. Why you so salty? Now wipe those tears, hun. The stars will accompany me, then maybe I won't feel so alone. Don't wanna leave. In this place I'll dwell forever. Fly up real high, up to the sky. Feel the sunshine and wave a goodbye. 'Cause it's time. So I will fly up real high, up to the sky. Feel the sunshine and wave a goodbye. It's time.
Happy Halloween. My cramps have started. I love that for me. Normally, I like completely shut down for a full day. Like I can't do anything, I can't go anywhere, I can't move a single muscle. But it's Halloween. And I really want to just go out and like look at what people are doing for Halloween. But this month I'm trying new pain meds, so I'm hoping that it's better. Also, this is my bedroom. I feel like you barely see my bed. But that's usually because my bedroom is very messy, and it's currently very messy. My drawers are open. I've decided I want to collect the Addams Family Skull Panda things. So I want to go pick some of those up because I can't find them anywhere online, really. But they're at this store called Tesso Life, which is a Japanese store in K-Town. So I'm going to go get that. And then I was going to try and go to Barnes & Noble, but I'm going to assess how I feel because just even going to the first place is going to take a lot of energy out of me. One of my main symptoms, besides like really terrible cramps, is fatigue and back pains. So I feel so fatigued right now, and I just woke up. Anyways, I was reading yesterday Kingdom of Villains. I still haven't finished it, but it's going. It's good. It feels like pretty run-of-the-mill romance fantasy, you know, lots of tropes, lots of them. And sometimes I say run-of-the-mill as like a negative thing for books, like it was run-of-the-mill, but like no, this time I mean like run-of-the-mill, like it's still good. Like I like tropey stuff, like everything has tropes, but actually some of the bits I'm like, girl, what the fuck? Like, but then I also realized that there are some points, some scenes where it just doesn't make sense. Like you missed a sentence or a couple words in the sentence, and it's like you as an author, like the author missed some words, and then it's like, she's like, and then I ran into a wall, and then I was like, gee, and I was like, well, you could have said I ran into a wall that was a body or something like that, because I got so confused. And then it happened again another time, and I was like, you can't be doing this to a dyslexic person, because I think it's my fault, but no, it's your fault for not yeah. Anyways, it's still good though. Very romantic too. It's got spice. Did I mention that? And it's definitely picked up in that department. But I'm ready for it to pick up in the plot department, honestly. And it started out very much with plot, so that's why I'm like, let's get the ball rolling a little bit, which I think it will. But yeah, at Barnes & Noble, I don't know what I want to buy, because most of the books that I want to read, like Barnes & Noble doesn't stock, like they're indie published and stuff like that. So, but I just want to go and be at a bookstore because it feels appropriate. I think there's something on this contact and it's annoying me. We're gonna make our slow little way about the city today because I'm very fatigued and kind of in pain.
Tell you at what point I figured I'd be better wearing hats and shoes that belong to you. For all the lice and itchy feet, though patience is not a virtue. If the pairs are alive, they're falling into your hands. Although intimate, there's nothing that I could say better than you might. There's nothing that I could say better than you might.
Hey, get off my pillow.